niggas, niggas. Even if you white, you my nigga. I don't know what part of the planet you on, but what's up? Money. Just playing. And let's get it though. Andrew Wilson schools feminists who think she's oppressed in America. You think you're oppressed? I'm about to tell you how you're not. Let's get it, let's go. Tell this woman how she's not oppressed. Tell him how you understand a woman's struggle, man. Tell him, let's hear it.
Feminism lies about the benevolent nature of men. Andrew wanted to do that one. How's that sound for you?
Cool.
Okay, perfect. We'll get right into it.
Okay, Andrew.
No, now before he goes, right, I want you guys to keep remember, he talked about forced doctrine. I'm triggering the people who are going to keep responding to this. He talked about forced doctrine in an earlier video, right? So, forced doctrine is where we can force you to do whatever we want and women have to always appeal to men. He believes that women should have to always appeal to men. Keep this in mind, right? Enforced doctrine. So women, for them to get rights, had to appeal to men to ask for those rights. So if there's a benevolent nature in men that they're lying about, what is it? If they had to appeal to the negative in men to get men to understand the positive in them. And what he believes. Let's hold his argument up to scrutiny. Now let's do it.
If you wanted to do that one, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, so when I'm referencing the benevolent nature of men, I'm referencing that men can, at any time they want, take the rights away from women, and there's nothing that women can do about it, and the opposite is not true, and therefore I believe that men are benevolent, and there should be gratitude shown for them not doing that.
Wait, so you do believe that men are benevolent? So then how is feminism lying about the benevolent nature?
Because feminism...
She is a fucking excellent debater, bro. Oh my God. How are you going to spin your way out of this one? How are they lying? You said that when feminism lies about the benevolent nature of men. Let's see how he spins his way out of this one, guys.
Feminism is saying that men are not benevolent. That men are the oppressor class.
And you're saying that men are benevolent?
Yes.
Based on the fact that you could someone and then you choose not to?
Based on the fact that...
kind of the bare minimum now.
Yeah. Can you repeat?
On the fact that you could RAP3 somebody, but you're not doing it. You're benevolent for that. Yeah, good job, buddy. Good job that you don't RAP3 women. Good job you don't abuse women. Isn't that the bare minimum? Damn it. She's right. What the fuck? Okay, listen, I love us. I love men. But what the fuck are we asking for pats on the back for things that we're fixing? What I don't like is us still being blamed for things that we're trying to fix now. That's the difference. Not necessarily like what happened though. What happened was fucked up the women. Come on, man. Don't like, and then to say we're benevolent because we stopped that. We stopped all that. While they had to appeal to us to stop it. Like, according to his logic, right? According to his logic. And I'll debate any of y'all. I'll debate this dude. This is a cornball. He's a clown.
Keep back my...
I don't mean to call him cornball. I don't know him like that. But.
No, Andrew, why don't you just repeat it if you feel like you want.
I want you to steel man it so I know you understand it.
No, Andrew, I'm not going to steel man.
Well, I don't know where to go with that.
She understood it.
Just give me your opinion again.
I just gave it. What do you want me to do here? I just gave her the position. She won't steel man it.
Then say it again.
Okay. So, one more time.
Sure.
Women, in this case feminists, consider men to be malevolent oppressors. Men are the oppressor class, the patriarchy. And it's actually through the benevolence of men that women have rights, and I think women should be grateful to men that they have rights.
And how are you defining rights in this instance?
I would consider rights to be a set of preferences that are shared between people.
Okay.
My husband used to ejaculate prematurely.
What the fuck? What a commercial. Let's keep going.
Ejaculated?
What are you comparing rights to, Andrew? Didn't we just have a long ass debate about rights? What are you comparing rights to now? This is funny. This is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so just reading that back. Men are benevolent because they could kill women, but they choose not to.
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
But that's kind of the bare minimum. Like, anyone is benevolent.
Yeah, that's just an assertion. Can you substantiate that?
I mean...
It's what makes it the bare minimum.
Anyone can commit an act of violence against someone that is smaller than them, and we all, every day, choose not to. I don't think that's...
That's not an argument. Can you give me an argument?
Yeah, My argument is that I don't necessarily agree with your definition.
That's
of
not an
benevolence,
argument.
But well, we just had an hour-long debate over definitions, so now you're opposed to that when it's your definition.
Do you want to define benevolent?
I mean, honestly, in terms of the premise, I do agree with you that men are benevolent, but I don't agree that benevolence is simply choosing not to commit acts of harm against others.
Really? Because I thought your entire moral stance was about not committing acts of harm against others, and that's what the good is.
Yeah.
So then,
but that's kind of the bare minimum.
Then that would mean men are good.
No, I mean, good is proliferating positive acts.
No, that's not what you said.
I get where he's going. I get where he's going.
She said.
I think it's objectively morally neutral.
Objectively morally neutral?
Well, oh god, not the word objective. Never mind, cut that one. I think it's just morally neutral. To decide not to kill someone is a moral neutral. You haven't done something good, you haven't done something bad, you've done nothing.
Okay, then can you substantiate what moral neutrality is?
Moral neutrality is when you haven't done something that is good or bad.
Okay, so and what are we considering bad here from your argument?
Bad would be the proliferation of human suffering.
And this would mean then that since men are not proliferating human suffering, they're not doing anything bad, right?
Yes, but then the opposite of proliferating human suffering would be proliferating something that is beneficial to mankind.
Like women's rights?
But you've done nothing. It's a zero. It's a net zero.
Like women's rights?
So you don't think that women had any stake in defining their rights?
That's not contending with the argument.
You don't think that like civil disobedience is a way to fight for rights?
That's asking the question.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm giving you a formal argument.
You're saying that men just decided unilaterally one day that they were going to give women rights, but that's not what happened.
Well,
because we know historically there were multiple waves of feminism in which women participated in civil and civil disobedience in order to be a woman.
Yeah, and my argument is that if men chose to collectivize to stop whatever their collective disobedience was, it would have been stopped.
Okay, so you think that men are good because they could choose to murder all women and they don't?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And not only that, but that they're benevolent.
Do you want a cookie? Yeah, that's true, I agree.
They're benevolent? Men are
I don't think that all men are benevolent.
That means that, feminism...
But there are tons of men who do commit acts of violence, and there are tons of women who do commit acts of violence, and those women and men are not benevolent.
So then when feminists claim that the patriarchy...
Hold on. How does this destroy the argument of... Guys, like, this is the thing. If you want to attack feminism, I think you got to come from a whole different angle. Because the point of somebody asking for the right to do something in society, regardless of who they have to appeal to do it, and the other side is objecting at first to not giving them rights, and then later allowing them to have them rights, is still something that required the feminist class to put a stance on it. Men would have not known their oppression. To some degree, oppression on women. Not all men. I'm saying all men wouldn't have known the oppression to women to some degree if they had not been notified in some way by something. And feminism was the push for that. It's the same thing with the civil rights movement. It's like, oh my God, bro. And I'm not even trying to sound like a feminist. I just understand that feminism was required for us to help women get rights. That's why Western society is the way it is. Whatever argument that he's trying to make against it would only make sense if every feminist, which are the majority who are not, I want you to check this, the majority of women who are real feminists, like the ones who write the books and actually study the history and the sociology behind why men act the way they act, they don't speak as if they hate men. They believe in the social, economic, political advancement of both the sexes. So if we're talking from that perspective, he has no argument. But if we're talking from like the ones with the blue hair and shit and be saying my pussy bites back and all kind of shit like that, then he has an argument because those women hate men for no reason. Some of them have no, well, they don't, I'm not gonna say they don't have reason, but they just hate men for no reason. So like, I'm trying to figure out where he's going with this.
Patriarchy is evil and malevolent. You would claim the patriarchy is malevolent.
No, that I would claim the patriarchy is
benevolent. You would claim it's benevolent.
Oh, there we go. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Are you saying that I'm claiming the patriarchy is malevolent or benevolent?
I'm asking. Is the patriarchy malevolent or benevolent?
No, I believe perpetuating inequality is malevolent. But that doesn't mean that all men are inherently malevolent.
Well, how does the patriarchy advocate for inequality?
The patriarchy is a system of inequality
run
on the basis of gender that is run by men.
Okay. So those men are evil?
I think that if you are attempting to perpetuate inequality through the oppression of others, that is a morally bad action.
And how is the patriarchy doing that?
The patriarchy is perpetuating inequality of women by, denying them the right to vote, denying them...
Didn't they give them the right to vote?
Well, they didn't give them. It was one.
Well, no, they, again, unfortunately, just seconds ago, you agreed with me.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
That if men wanted to take away the rights of women to vote, they could. By that logic, then, if the patriarchy could have taken away their right to vote and did not, how could they be anything less than benevolent? Didn't they equalize voting between men and women?
Yes.
Then how could you say that
But the
they're in some way
patriarchy isn't what equalized voting between men and women. It was women's struggle that is what granted women the right to vote.
No, it was men who did not get in the way, and
It was women pointing it out and men allowing it to happen. They're both right. It was men pointing it. It was women pointing it out and men allowing it to happen. When men realized, okay, like, wait, yeah, this isn't right. Maybe we should have a society where it's more people have more say so in the structure of it. But it took feminism to point it out. Just like, I want to say this. So I know because you're going to be a lot of jackasses on here. Men's rights activists. They point out a lot of shit that's happening with men that people don't talk about. The unaliving rate, men unaliving themselves at consistent rates. Men failing in schools at consistent rates. Men being homeless at consistent rates. Men like having no help whatsoever when it comes to government programs, assistance, anything like that when they become fathers. Men having no say-so in the judicial system. How the judicial system robs men blind. The court systems and how they treat men when it comes to certain shit, specifically black men and Hispanic men. How many they get longer sentences for all kind of shit that majority of people get lesser sentences for. With all that being said, yeah, like men's rights kind of pointed some of that shit out. So like you need things in society to be able to point out the problems with other people. So same thing with feminism. I understand why it exists. I've never understood the pushback from the red pill community from genuine feminists. Not feminists who are talking shit like men deserve to die and be in cages and all that bullshit. I'm talking about the genuine feminists like Bell Hooks, Gertha Truder, like Sojourner Truth, like women like that who are like, look, like we don't stand for hating men. We understand what's happening. We understand patriarchy to this degree. Like, I don't know, but this argument is becoming very docile because I feel like he's trying to word salad her into like an area where it's like, it doesn't need to go. Just argue what you don't like about feminism, get destroyed, and then move on to the next conversation because that would, if you hear her get to make her full point about it, it will destroy his argument all the way. If you know anything about feminism, it instantly destroys his argument. But let's keep going.
Hadn't granted it because they could have taken it whenever they wanted.
Well, I don't think that every man is an inherent like master of the patriarchy. I think that there are many men who oppose the patriarchy alongside of women.
Is the system that men or women feminists were fighting against patriarchal?
Yes. I believe that the system is malevolent, but men are not all inherently evil.
Yeah, I know, but can I give the argument?
I'm agreeing with you, Andrew. What are you even arguing?
I'm asking, is the patriarchy benevolent?
No,
well,
I don't believe. But the patriarchy isn't a person, Andrew. It's
I'm not saying it's a person, but if it's men who are in charge of a system and the men in charge of the system allow women to vote, then that would mean that the patriarchy, by your logic, is benevolent.
I believe that a system that is intended to perpetuate inequality on any basis is malevolent.
Then can you tell me how the patriarchy is malevolent?
Men are not inherently
I know, but can you tell me then how the patriarchy is malevolent?
The patriarchy is malevolent because it's a system that is perpetuated to increase inequality, which increases human suffering.
Can you demonstrate that?
Well, before feminism and women didn't have the rights to vote, hold credit cards, own homes, leave their husbands, get divorced, sued and be sued, if a woman were to be mistreated by a man, she would have no power to leave that man without sacrificing her ability to have housing, food, and basic human needs. So it puts women in a position of dependency on men, so that if there is an individual man who decides to behave malevolently, that woman has no ability to get away from him.
And the patriarchy...
What are you arguing against, bro? What are you arguing against, bro? That was perfect. What she just said was perfect. What she just said was perfect. Oh my God, I don't even want to hear what he's got to say next. What she just said is what they were fighting for. That was the explanation we all needed. I would have never known any of that shit had existed until I read feminist books. Genuinely. Until I understood from the perspective of feminists what they were seeing. It's like, oh, okay, that sounds fucking horrible. I always thought that a woman wanted a man to take care of her and all of her everything. But I didn't know that that could come with an expense of a man out there thinking, well, if I take care of everything, you have no power. You can't talk. You can't say anything. That's ridiculous. No one wants to live like that. Come on, now let's be real. What was wrong with what she said? What argument do you really have with what she just said? Really? Really? If we're just being rational people here.
And the patriarchy perpetuates that by preventing women from having access to jobs and the things that would allow them to get their own resources.
Yeah. So there's two arguments.
Your own individual freedom.
Yeah, there's two arguments there, so I'll contend with both of them. Let's start with the first one. If it is the case that the patriarchy was acting in a malevolent way, and women appealed to the patriarchy, and they granted them these various rights that you considered was unjust, which by your logic they had to, then wouldn't that be the patriarchy acting benevolently?
But we're not appealing to the patriarchy.
Well, then who
we're appealing to the morality of men. I don't think that all men are naturally just patriarchy.
Then when you were fighting the system...
patriarchy is a system, but men are not the system. So some men are creators
did the system give you the right to vote?
God damn, I love her explanation of it.
The system did not give us the right to vote.
But then who did?
She's not blaming men. She's saying the system was set up a certain way to make men be the way it is. That's beautiful. Because you do hear women say it's men's fault. But like literally she's saying that it's the system. The system is what's making things the way they are. Just change the system.
Men who were not who did not subscribe to the system helped us establish the right to vote through our own work as social muckrakers.
So, wait, I'm confused.
Civil disobedience.
Who was in charge?
I mean, do you not believe in, protest?
Who was in charge at the time? Was it a patriarchal system?
Yes, it was a patriarchal system.
And did that patriarchal system give you the right to vote?
No.
Well, then how did you get the right to vote?
Men and women who were against the concept and the proliferation of the patriarchy fought alongside each other.
Fought how? With science?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's worked all over the world. Nelson Mandela, Gandhi.
I see. So hang on.
There is civil disobedience that has awarded people rights.
How did they win it exactly? Like, what did they do?
Well, a law was passed that gave women the right to vote.
What law?
Which amendment is it?
You don't know?
No, I don't remember which amendment specifically is the one that gives women the right to vote, but there was an amendment that gave women the right to vote. There's also an amendment that gives...
So then, actually, the established system, which was in power, which was patriarchal, passed an amendment for women to vote?
What's that song about?
That's the big point you were trying to make, bro. Ooh, you got it. You got it. He showed her that she's not oppressed. He proved it even more. If that's his point. If that's his point to win the argument, then he proved what she said even more. Which is, ooh.
But it's not a system passing. A system is not a person, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Do people get to vote on amendments?
Yes. So people voted on the amendment. That's not the
Ryan,
system.
can we pull up?
Andrew, I'm loving this. You're learning something new right now. Just sit and listen.
I'd like to pull up.
Shut up and let the woman talk.
On the amendment.
Yes, people did vote on the amendment.
Okay.
So you think that all of those people, do you think that every man is inherently the patriarchy?
Hang on. Let's do a fact check here. I just want to make sure.
Well, do you think that every man is inherently the patriarchy?
Would you like me to pull up?
Did the people have a direct vote on the 19th Amendment?
No, it's 19th. Glad I didn't guess. I was going to say 22nd.
I was way off too. I said 14th, 15th.
1 moment.
Sure.
It says, no, the general public did not have a direct vote on the 19th Amendment.
But that's not how any amendment
The
is
amendment was ratified through the process outlined in the U.S. Constitution, which involves votes by elected representatives.
So then people did vote.
So who was the system?
Who is
that wasn't the people voting.
Yes,
elected. You just got caught in a huge lie.
Wait, hold on. Andrew, are elected representatives human or not? Are they people?
Were they the patriarchy?
No, I'm asking, are they human?
Sure.
The question was, did people vote to ratify the 19th Amendment? I'm saying yes.
And the people didn't vote.
I'm not saying the people of the entire country. I'm saying people.
You're just gaslighting because you got caught in a lie.
No, I'm not, Andrew.
Now help me out.
You're just mistaken.
Were the elected officials the patriarchy?
I don't believe that all of the... I don't know every single elected official.
Then who was the patriarchy they were fighting against?
It's a system. It's not a person.
And who was in charge of the system?
Do you understand?
Who was in charge of the system?
The system proliferates itself. No one is specifically do you think there's
How do systems proliferate themselves without people?
A system is created
by people.
So a system is created by people and can be amended by people, but the system itself is not a person. Do you understand that? There's no person who's I am the spokesperson.
Was the patriarchy in charge of this system or not?
Was the patriarchy in charge of the patriarchy?
Was the patriarchy in charge of the system?
Of what system?
Of the electoral system.
Was the patriarchy in charge? Well, men were in charge of the electoral system.
I lost focus. Like I don't know. Like that was a good debate. Bye.